All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's Be the Change team call. Welcome to May. I cannot believe how quickly April just flew by. Like, I don't even know what happened. I feel like we just had the beginning of April meeting, so it's kind of crazy for me because I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened? But you guys, we did pretty good last month. April was definitely a slower month. It has been for everybody else. So if you didn't hit your goals, don't feel like, oh my God, I suck or whatever. Just tell yourself, look, it is a little bit of a slower time, April, but now May, June, July, this is when people are thinking about their bathing suits. They're thinking about wearing their shorts. They're talking about, these picnics and different things that they're going to be doing with their family. And so this is when we need to be reaching out to more and more people to help them get to their goals. So I want to definitely encourage you guys with that. Okay, so today we're going to go over the relationship between vision and productivity, okay? And before we can really become productive, we have to look at where we want to go as a team, where you want to go with your own team. So, what is your vision? What is your vision for your own business, your vision for your own team? And you really have to get crystal clear about that vision. You need to go off in a place alone. And, a lot of times I'll do this with a pen and piece of paper. I find writing stuff down really, really helps me. But when you get yourself alone, you'll want to ask yourself questions like, why am I a Beachbody coach? What am I hoping to achieve as a coach? Why is it important to develop a team to help me get there? How is coaching going to help my personal life? What do I want my team to look like, in 6 months, 1 year, 2 years? You won't, when you're writing this down, you won't want to worry about the strategy to get there yet. You're just going to basically write out what your vision is, okay? And it's like the best life ever. Like, this is basically like your dream vision. What does your dream vision look like for your life, for your team, for your personal business? So you kind of want to make this like your big scary why. Some other coaches call it, like something that freaks you out sometimes, but you're like, man, if I just got there, that'd be so amazing, okay? And what I've learned about the strategy, which is, the how you're going to get there, if you worry about the how too early, it will actually inhibit your vision, which is, the what, like what you're trying to accomplish. And when you worry about how you're going to get there, a lot of times what I have found is it will actually block your thinking from as big as you need to think. So what you need is a vision that is so big that it is not only compelling to you, but it's compelling to others. And when you go to share it with them, they're like, wow, can you really do that? You want it to be like that big. Okay, and if it's not compelling to you, you won't have the motivation to stay the course, and you won't be able to recruit other people to help you. And you won't be productive in your day-to-day workflow. So a lot of like problems, not necessarily problems, but just where a lot of coaches are is they get stuck on the how, so the strategy of how they're going to get to their vision, and it kind of stumps them. It makes them feel like I don't know if I'm going to get there, and I don't know how I'm going to get there. And so a lot of times what they'll end up happening to them is they'll pull back. They'll kind of go like get off on the throttle that they've been pushing on, because they have convinced themselves that where they're at right now must be their reality, and they're not thinking bigger. And so what they're expecting ends up becoming their new reality. And so a lot of times they won't push themselves towards their big dreams because you know, they're feeling stuck right now, and they're feeling disappointed maybe in where they're at right now, and they've kind of lost, you know, their vision, their big why. So basically what happens when they start thinking negatively is they start applying faith to that negative behavior, and it becomes, you know, what they're doing every day. They're becoming more negative every day. They're not seeing the results that they want. And so let's not take that approach, all right? Let's develop a vision that we personally find compelling, because if we don't get excited about our vision, how can we sell it to other people that are thinking about joining our team? You know, you need to give yourself permission to envision the perfect future, okay? And so I'm just going to give you guys my perfect future, all right? And it sounds huge. Like, it sounds like, oh my gosh, I don't know how long it's going to take me to get there, if it's going to happen. You know, I'm human, doubt comes in, all right? That's just what happens. But if you're not creating that vision for yourself, you don't really have, you know, that direction on where you want to go. And it will affect your productivity during the day, how you're actually working. So here's what I've written. And I went alone. This is how I have to get alone, because otherwise the dog is here, and, you know, so, and I have tried doing this, going to Starbucks or other public places where I'll go off in a corner, but you guys, I have like a little bit of ADD. So if something over here moves, I'm like totally distracted. Oh, what are they doing? Okay. Oh, that looks like fun. Oh, I wish my husband was here. He would have loved that, or whatever, you know? So I literally have to do this when I'm sitting on the toilet. Okay. And that's just me. I've tried to do it when I'm in the bathtub, but one time I dropped my notepad. So, you know, that happens. But I find that I'm at least in the bathroom for, you know, 5-10 minutes. I can jot down a bunch of stuff. I can really get creative, you know, while I'm sitting there doing nothing. Okay. So here is what I have written down for myself. I have written down that Be the Change is a top 10 team, which means we are first in line to register for all corporate events and trips. We are making anywhere from $1,000 a week to $3,000 a week and up, and that's just from bonuses, not even when we bring, you know, people in as challengers. We are creating 3 to 4 diamonds per month on our own individual teams. We have 5 to 10 coaches hitting Success Club each and every month on our own team. Women are flocking to us, wanting to join our team and see our vision and want to join us in our community. We attract confident leaders and are confident in ourselves and training them and on how to run a successful business and turn around and duplicate that themselves for their own teams. We stay true to the course of helping as many people in our world as we can without doubt or fear. We are empowered, we are bold, we are determined. Okay, so I wanted to give you guys that example because do you see how I'm writing it in present tense? It's very important that when you write out your vision, that you write it out in present tense, not I hope I get there one day. Maybe I'll get there one day. You have to write it out as is, okay? So when we are clear on the what, the how is just going to naturally show up. So if you want to experience a different reality, you have to start with your vision before you can become more productive. And you can actually develop your own vision by following just a couple of steps. So I'm going to give you guys, I have a total of 7, I think I wrote down. And after we're done with the meeting, if anything else comes to you within these points that I'm going to give to you, of course, feel free to write them down if you feel like it's going to help you to move forward towards creating your vision. Okay, so step number 1, get alone with a journal and pen. So you guys can do this on a laptop, but again, depending on your personality type, there's just something about writing that frees you up from other distractions that come along. And I find that when I have my laptop open, my email's dinging at me, my Facebook notifications are dinging at me. Same thing on my phone. You know, I've got all my notifications coming through my phone so I can run my business when I leave my laptop and I go out with my family and we're on our way to dinner or whatever and I want to get a couple of conversations in. So it's really important that you get yourself to a solitary place, even if it's in the corner of your house where your family can't find you, i.e. the bathroom, okay? Or maybe, you know, you're gonna go into the garage, I don't know. But somewhere where your kids are not climbing all over you, your husband's not asking you to do something, and just let them know, you know, I need at least, you know, however much time you think this is gonna take. For me, it takes about 10 to 15 minutes when I'm in my most creative space. I've had a cup of coffee, so I'm like energized and my mind is going. And, you know, I normally pray before I write out my vision and just ask God, you know, to flow all the creative stuff through me. And so you just want to get yourself into that perfect place for you. Okay, step number 2. Make sure you won't be interrupted. So again, turn off your cell phone, turn off your email, turn off the TV, you know, pretty much anything that you think that's going to distract you, because this is going to take like some serious work that you're going to do as a leader, which is getting clear on your future. So it's really, really important that you get yourself alone and undistracted. All right, step number 3, close your eyes and pray. Now, I don't know if you guys believe in God or not, but if you want to accomplish big things in your life, it really, really helps to get some divine inspiration and some guidance, okay? What you ultimately want is alignment between God's plan and your vision. And I know a lot of times, you know, people like have said to me, well, what if my vision for what I want isn't in line with, you know, God's will? You know, I get that question a lot. What I've basically found in my walk with God is if God puts desires in your heart and you're, you know, having that creativity and it's flowing out from you, he wouldn't have put that there if he didn't want you to accomplish it, okay? He doesn't just, you know, make us as humans and not give us, you know, who we are, kind of get excited, or what things we get excited about, what drives us. So God knows our desires and he will speak through them. There's actually a good book that I just heard about that is so good. Apparently I haven't read it yet, but it's definitely in line with this topic. And it's by a guy named John Eldredge, and the book is called Desire. And so if you have any questions about God and his will and, you know, how to line up, you know, your desires with his will, that's definitely a good book to read. Okay, step number 4. And you might want to take a little bit of extra time doing step number 4. You're going to actually write down what your current reality is. All right, so these are things that you're going to describe that you don't like about this certain area that you're wanting to, you know, create that vision in. So, you know, if you're wanting to, you know, get to top 10, and, you know, like right now, I just went under our elite ranking, which is how corporate rates our team. And right now we're at 1,212 out of over 450,000 coaches. So that's not bad, right? 1,212, that's not bad out of 450,000. But if I want to get to top 10 with our team, in my mind, I'm like, oh, that's still a long ways. That's still a long ways to go, you know, and I don't know how long it's going to take to get there. I mean, we definitely climb up every single month. I've seen it climb, so I know that it can happen. But, you know, sometimes when it doesn't happen as fast as you want, you can, you know, get discouraged. So these are things that you're going to write down that you don't like. So you're going to want to be very brutal and very honest with yourself. You know, if you're wanting to, like, if one of your big scary goals is hitting Success Club 10 every month, and right now you're barely hitting Success Club, you're going to want to write down how you feel about that. You know, do I feel like I am not as good of a coach because I'm not hitting Success Club? I mean, you want to be brutally honest with yourself, because it's very hard to change unless you find your current reality unacceptable, right? I mean, if you are kind of comfortable, you know, and you're thinking, you know, it's not that bad, you might stay stuck. You might stay exactly stuck where you're at. So finding the stuff that you don't like will give you the motivation to change. Okay, so definitely keep that in mind. Okay, tip number 5. Write down what you want to see happen. And for me, like writing down what I want to happen, what I see happening is like so much fun. It is so much fun. It used to be scary for me because I used to doubt myself a lot and I wasn't sure if I could get there. But now I'm like, dude, like the sky is the limit. We can get as creative as we want in this area. And it's fun. You know, it's fun to imagine yourself, you know, going on an exotic, you know, trip once every 3 months, you know, or it's fun to imagine those things, to put yourself in that space. So this is where you are going to begin to paint the picture in detail, writing the things down in a huge amount of clarity. And again, write them down in the present tense because it's going to make it more real to you and more believable. Then what you're going to do is share your vision. This is step number 6. Share your vision with people who have a stake in the outcome. So you're not, this vision is not going to be something necessarily that you're going to share with the world. You know, you might maybe not want to make a post about it, you know, to everybody on your social media, but it's going to be people like, you know, your sponsor, like your coach that brought you into the business, you know, or maybe it's your husband, because when you make your financial vision, you know, become a reality, then of course that would affect your household income. So you're going to share your vision with people that have a stake in your reality. So that way, you know, they know you, they're very close to you, and if you get stuck or if you get, you know, frustrated, then those will be the people that will be able to support you the best that they can to, you know, help you get to your vision. Okay, so step number 7, commit to reading your vision daily. So what I've actually done, I normally work on my laptop, and when I open up my laptop in the morning, my screensaver is actually my vision. So every single day that I open my computer, my vision is right there in front of me, and I actually read it out loud, because sometimes when I just read it to myself, again, I can get distracted from something else, or my mind will start going in a different direction. And so I find when I read it out loud, like, you know, Be the Change is going to be top 10. You know, like if I read it out loud, it really solidifies it, and it gives me more confidence in that vision, more drive, and I find I'm more passionate as I go throughout my day. So the more that you read it out loud, the more likely it is to come to pass. And then as you think about things, you know, to do each day, the productive things in your business, as you have that vision in the forefront of your mind, you're going to be inching forward towards that vision, and that's going to make you more productive, especially as you make out your daily to-do list. All right, so to wrap it up, vision is the key to productivity, because once you get clear on the vision and you understand why it's important to you, you will find ways to be productive. You will have the energy to move towards your vision. And if you find yourself, you know, having days where you are unproductive or you feel like I'm not getting anything done, grab that vision and get back in touch with it, because that is going to help you be more productive as you keep your vision in the forefront of your mind. All right, so I'm going to ask you guys this, and you can ask yourself these questions when we get off the call too. What have you been focusing on? Have you been focusing on being productive, or have you been focusing on your vision? Have you been focusing on the strategy to get yourself to where you want to go, or have you been focusing on your vision? I can tell you from my experience that as you focus on your vision each and every single day, that is going to be your fuel to push you in your workflow each day. All right, and it's going to make you feel so good when you shut down everything at the end of the day and you're like, I did everything I could today to move towards that vision. And you're going to be going to sleep every day feeling more satisfied, and you're going to feel more productive, and you're going to wake up feeling more energized, ready to go again and move towards your vision, and you guys are going to feel like amazing. Okay, so your call to action, what I want you guys to work on this week, and I honestly, you guys, this should not take a long time, so I don't want you to overthink this, okay? When you go to create your vision, sit down, get out that pad and piece of paper, and write out your perfect reality. And don't let anything else influence that perfect reality. So don't allow that doubt to come in. Don't allow that fear to come in. Just, whatever that, ultimate is, write it down on a piece of paper and put it somewhere where you're seeing it every day. And then I want you to share it. So once you write it out, I want you to share it with somebody who holds a stake in that reality if it becomes true. So that would be maybe your husband, your sponsor that brought you into the business. So that way they can actually help you along the way. All right, so that is what I have for us today. And I'm going to just unmute everybody. If you have any comments or questions, this is a good time to ask them. Okay, does anybody have any questions? No? Is Jeff taking off in his plane already?
No, he's in the shower.
Oh, I'm like, what is that, a plane? All right, you guys. So, Laura, I don't know when you came on. Did you hear the team vision that I read?
No, I didn't.
Okay, I'm just going to read it real quick again because I really want you to hear it. Okay, so this is my perfect vision that I wrote out for our team. I wrote it out as if it was a reality right now. Be the Change is a top 10 team. We are first in line to register for all corporate events and trips. We are making anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 a week in bonuses alone on our paycheck. We are creating 3 to 4 diamonds per month on our team. We have 5 to 10 coaches hitting Success Club each month. Women flock to us wanting to join our team as they see our vision. We attract confident leaders and are confident in training them on how to run successful businesses and turn around and duplicate it within their own teams. We stay true to the course of helping as many people in our world as we can without doubt or fear. We are empowered, we are bold, we are determined. So that's what I wrote down. So that was just an example, but I really hope that this has helped you guys. And I'm going to stop the recording and I want to talk to you guys for a second after. But you guys, thank you so much for joining today's team. I hope that if I am your sponsor, that you will share with me what your ultimate vision is so we can work on moving towards that together. And if you are part of another team within our team, make sure that you share that with your sponsor and with your close family members so they can help to support you. So thank you so much for joining today, you guys. I really, really appreciate it, and I will see you next week.